If you're going to the gym and you're not really seeing the changes that you want with your body, this video is going to break down why and give you a little bit of an understanding to that, because I think particularly when the goal is fat loss and I know this from speaking from experience from my own struggles with weight loss, is when that has been the focus for so long and so much of your time, is that diet and eating less and weight all become the sort of priority focus, and it takes away from the emphasis and the respect that training in the gym deserves. So in this video, we're going to basically live watch 5 sets of me performing a chest press, and I'm going to talk you through something really important as we go with it, which essentially is training intensity. It's something that, in my opinion, I feel like training intensity is a learnt skill that people don't actually quite understand. And it's really easy, like I said, to go to the gym and to not quite do enough and to tick boxes. So I'm going to show you what my training looks like. We're going to play the whole video through, and I'm just going to literally watch, react, and speak to you about sort of what I'm thinking about, what's in my head, why am I doing the things that I'm doing, why do I make the choices that I make during this full working set or sets, so you can start to question, okay, well, am I doing that in the gym? Do I give it that respect? Do I push myself to that level? Do I think how he's thinking? Because these are the things that really, when it comes to training and resistance training, again, they're a learned skill, something you can learn over time, but they're the things that are going to make the difference. Okay, so for context, this was within a full body session. It was the second exercise that I did of this session, incline chest press machine. So first and foremost, warm-up set, really nice and simple. Had 25 kg in each side. I prefer to do at least one warm-up set for any lift that I'm going to perform. If I'm doing things potentially like accessory movements, like, I don't know, a lat raise or dumbbell bicep curl, I'm probably not going to do warm-up sets for those. But when it comes to sort of my compound and my bigger lifts earlier on in the session, I'm always going to do a warm-up set. Notice even with this warm-up set, I'm thinking about what I'm doing. I was controlling it. I was taking it relatively easy, but I was thinking about the muscles that I was working. So now we add on some weight. I think I added 15s on first. I did. So I did 15 on each side, so that turned into 40 kg total. Let's just skip forward a little bit on this, shall we? You don't need to see me racking up the weights. Hoodie's off. You know, things are getting important when the hoodie comes off, yeah? So the plan here at these 40 kg was for this to then be a working set. So 40 kg per side. Again, more context to the way that this is going. This was my first week of this training program. So my working sets, the plan was 1 warm-up set and 2 working sets of 6 to 8 reps. So again, first week of the program, probably knew in myself that I could go a bit more than 40 kg, but just wanted to get a feel for the exercise. T-shirt came off. There's the big stretch. Does anyone ever, like, you know, when you're in the gym, like just in a rest period, does anyone ever look cool? Because I certainly don't. I question life choices. I look around and I probably, as we can see there, I'm having a bit of a dance, but I look like the moodiest man alive. I promise you, there is good music in those ears, and I'm having a nice time. I'm enjoying myself. Now, important here, notice, and bearing in mind, I only did a warm-up set before, but I am taking my time. That was a decent chunk of rest. Really, I took 90 seconds, despite the one before it only being a warm-up set. I wasn't diving straight in because I wanted to perform well. So, feet are planted. My feet are a little bit sideways looking back on this, but happy enough. And that's rep 3. Again, controlled, steady. But you see my face here, I do a little nod like that. And that's because, honestly, I realised that this wasn't hard enough. So even though that was planned at being my working set, I'd got to, I think I was at 7 reps there. I'd got to the 7 reps and basically said to myself, nah, that's not actually challenging you. And I think that's somewhere that a lot of people don't actually do anything. I think that you're happy enough in those moments to just be like, well, no, I did a set though, and it was a heavier weight, so that was enough. But the truth is, if I'd have counted that set there as a working set, really didn't make any impact on the changes that I wanted. It's really important to understand that when we're in the gym, it's not just the tick in the box and just making sure that your workout program looks nice. To actually force your muscles to change, you need to make sure that you've created enough stress, enough what's called mechanical tension to force that change to happen. I hadn't done. I knew that with that 40 kg, I wasn't doing that. So you can see I added on 2 10 kgs and I'm up to 50 kg now. Again, the goal is 2 working sets at 6 to 8 reps. Taking my time, looking very moody with the rest period. And that's another really good sign with training is you should need that rest period. You should physically feel like you need time. Bearing in mind, I can't stress it enough, I've still not performed a working set yet, but I still feel the need to get myself set to perform, okay? Let's skip this forward though, because again, we don't need to watch me rest. Checking the time. Okay, so this is going to be the start of my first working set. Again, feet planted, shoulders pulled back. It's not the most glamorous angle here, is it? But we're off. Don't want you to like analyze me too much, but look at my face. I'm struggling here. This is tough. This is making me actually work. I am pulling that very ugly gym face, which we can see. Bit of a struggle on that last rep and finish there. Now, that was a working set. I wanted 6 to 8 reps. Now, for context, as we've discussed, this was the first week of my training block. This wasn't a week where I was trying to max out. I had more in the tank there, but I probably only had what's called 1 or 2 reps in reserve. Now, reps in reserve is simply saying, how many have you got left? So for that, if I was to say I had 2 reps in reserve, if I had gone to 8 reps, I'd have had nothing left whatsoever. So I stopped at 6 reps. Again, because it's the first week of my training program, because I'm not trying to completely max out, and because I wanted to have opportunity to build, I don't need to PB and max out every week. Otherwise, that's going to impact recovery, it's going to impact performance, and it's going to inevitably end up impacting progressions further down the line. Again, we're taking a good old long rest period. But yeah, that's a really good way to think about your training is I use rep ranges with my clients. So that's sort of working within a certain amount of reps. Like I said, I'm using 6 to 8 here because your reps don't always need to be exactly the same. Your reps sometimes, you might do a 7, you might do 9. It doesn't always have to be 3 sets of 8, 3 sets of 10. It might be 1 set of 10, 1 set of 9, 1 set of 7. That's okay as long as we're getting the intensity of the training right. Again, a very moody looking face. What I will say is if you aren't sure where to start with training, you want a bit of direction, you want something to put in place for yourself, I'll put the link in the comments below. There's a 4-week free training program. It's based off 3 days a week in the gym, full body sessions. There is some similar movements to this in it, and it'll just guide you on what to do, how many reps to do, and hopefully now you've watched this video, you'll be able to judge the sort of intensity that you need to be at for that. Now, I've not looked exactly at the numbers here, but there's easily been a good 90 seconds of rest and I've still not gone to my next set. It's so important that, take your time. You should need rest. If you're able to go again within 60 seconds, that's not the intensity we want. You should have been pushing yourself harder. So yeah, work with rep ranges. Think about things like reps in reserve. How many more have I got left in the tank? Are really good ways of sort of measuring that intensity that you're training at. So for me next week with this one, I'll probably be aiming. Sorry, I've just disappeared off camera there. Somebody, what was happening there was a girl on the cable stack and the cable was too high for her, so she asked me if I'd move it down for her. Gym people are sound, by the way. Gyms aren't intimidating. But anyway, what was I saying there? Got distracted by myself. Yeah, next week with these, now I've hit 6 for 50 kg. Next week progression, I'll keep the weight the same, but I'll probably look for 7 or 8 reps. Once I've got that 7 or 8, I might increase the weight. So, second working set, same again. Look at my face, setting myself. It's not easy. Notice that these reps are also controlled. I'm not slamming up and down really fast. I'm trying to control the weight up. I'm trying to control the weight as it comes back down. There we go, still struggling, but a little bit more in the tank. I think there's 1 more rep to go. That was the final rep. That was what 2 working sets within a training program for me looked like. They're performed with intensity, they're performed with enough rest. I'm thinking not only about what I'm doing this week, but I'm thinking, okay, where's the progression next week and the week after? And I'm certainly not coasting and just going into the gym, ticking the box and saying I did 3 sets of 10, so that's enough, because more often than not, it's not enough. Like I said, I have a free 4-week training program. Like I said, I have a 4-week free training program. I'll put the link in the description below, Really simple with that one. You will be guided through the 4 weeks. You'll be guided with your own progressions as well. There is support with nutrition, with recovery, everything that you need. And I'll even keep you accountable with a few check-ins throughout the 4 weeks, all for free, just to help you get some momentum going in the gym. So yeah, download that below. If you have any questions, message me on Instagram. I'll get back to everyone. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.